let's talk about why you forget what you read, why you forget what you learn, listen to, all those courses. So I'd just like you to ask, so you might be a CEO or a leader or just somebody that's probably consumed hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of information at this point, and how much of that information is lost at critical points where you're speaking in front of a stage, you're talking to your employees, and then a couple hours later, even the day later, the week later, it comes up, you're like, pops up in your head, it's like, wow, I should have said that at that time. So here I'm trying to solve and fix your memory. There are many bottlenecks and myths that you probably believe around memory that if we take away, we can start to train you to build up your memory to improve it, because memory makes money. That is by Harry Lorraine. And I also talk about 2 top memory books, summarize them, that they are Moonwalking with Einstein and The Memory Book. And they unveil the history of reading, where people centuries ago, kings and saints, would have entire books memorized. And you probably would have thought they were wizards or savants with memory. What have I done with memory? I have all 22 chapters of Sell or Be Sold memorized, the 15 chapters of Think and Grow Rich memorized, just name a number 1 through 15 and I'll say it. The 17 different levels of consciousness from David R. Hawkins, and the 7 levers of influence from the book Influence. The 6 human desires from Tony Robbins, the 6 ghosts of fear. That's what's coming up for me right now. Oh, and then the 15 chapters of the 2-hour cocktail party. All right, so how can this be done? Even for me, as someone who flunked 5th grade when he was young, took a year and a half to get into the degree I wanted, was not always a learner, but I knew that my brain is neuroplastic and it could be improved. So if you're stubborn like me, you just want to, you could put in the work, you can outwork people, but now you want to work smart. I'm trying to help you work smart right here. So let's talk about number 1. Many people believe that memories cannot be changed. What do I mean by that? That once, let's say 10 years ago, you have a memory in your childhood. There are things that we could do today that would actually alter your past memories. So every time you recall and revisit old memories, they're actually slightly being changed. It can be, people have even implanted memories that, so let's say someone talks to you who knows how to manipulate memories. They will implant childhood memories into your brain that you thought were there 30 years ago. You didn't even know were there, and now they think that exists, because the brain and memory, every time you revisit memories, they can be altered a little bit. Okay, so many people don't know that. Number 2, I have a bad memory. You just have a bad memory. That's what you believe. You've accepted that as part of your identity. You need to drop that. That is a lie. There is only trained versus untrained memories. Yes, maybe you have terrible sleep or terrible diet, or you underwent maybe there's some issues that you had in your life. Trauma also causes that as well. So I'm not saying that, again, if you feel like you have a little bit more work to do because of most, you've gone through more, that's fine. But still, let's control what we can control here. Let's not talk about what we cannot control. All right, we're all starting at different places, which is totally fine. But knowing that we can train it and improve it helps us what? Move the ball forward. Number 3, many people believe memory is very limited. All right, it actually does have limitations. It's not completely unlimited. Excuse me, but it might as well be, because we have 2.5 million gigabytes of digital memory accessible in our brain. All right, so don't let thinking you have limited space hold you back. Number 4, that we only use 10% of our brain. Not true. Never been proven. Let's continue. 6, forgetting means I have a bad memory. Like many people say, oh, I forgot. Darn it. I should stop trying to improve my memory. That is a lie. Keep going. It's okay if you forget. Keep stalling. I call that a rep. Every time, like when you lift weights, what if every time you get a rep but you can't make it, you just give up? That's what people are doing with their memory. If you forget, good. At least you're trying. Most people don't even try. All right? So again, forgetting is bad. That's what people think. Not true. Let's get some more space over here. 7, I am just bad with names. That's part of your identity. Just bad with memorizing, remembering names. So again, your personality creates your personal reality. Many people just, it's like, well, I'm just someone who doesn't remember names. Well, I could name 7 names from people I met once 2 weeks ago. I could do it right now because I'm not one to BS you. It was Deanna, it was E2, Christina, Jennifer, and then there was Luke, there was Brian, and then Luke's girlfriend, Stephanie. All right? So memory can be improved. You can remember people's names. People do it. I don't have a special brain. It's just reps. Okay, so what would you remembering people's names do for your life, for your business, your relationships? It would do so much. Have you read How to Win Friends and Influence People? The sweetest sound to someone's name is, the sweetest sound to someone's ears is their name. Okay, so that's money right there. Out of all the memory stuff, if you are in business, you're a CEO, you need this. 8, memories are always recorded accurately. That's a lie. Accurate memories, we already talked about that for a bit. 9, can I do book summary? No, sorry. Non-declarative memories do not influence me. So there are memories that you cannot pop out of your head right now and know that they are there, but they still influence you. You have probably interpreted this as, let's say, trauma. There is trauma that you maybe have buried so much that you don't know influences you, influences your nervous system. All right, so that comes from moonwalking with Einstein. Non-declarative memories. They're in there, they're influencing you, you just don't know it. All right, most people don't know that that's a thing. 10, rereading and repetition is an efficient memory technique. How many times have you reread a book, reread a page, you still don't remember it? What a waste of time. That's like you using a hammer to open the fridge. How many times are you going to realize that this hammer isn't working? These books, or talking to me, can help you learn how to use the other tools. All right, so there's a belt. Imagine I have a belt. Let's call this belt a memory belt. You only have the hammer, repetition. That is not going to help you. You need 10 more techniques. All right, so then last thing is, I'd like you just to know about the Ebbinghaus's forgetting curve. You learn something right now. You pay 100 grand to teach your team, I don't know, leadership techniques. Patrick Lencioni. You pay Patrick Lencioni or Will Guidara to teach your people about unreasonable hospitality or crucial conversations. So many amazing mental models, by the way. But then after the first 24 hours, 80% of it is forgotten, right? Awful. Why? But then you think more money, more repetition is going to help. It's not. Because passive learning versus active learning and then using more techniques. So the first time they learn, they have a better, this is drop off, by the way. This is time. Let this be time in days and weeks. Let this be amount of information. Let's say 50% is right there. 100% learned right there at the top. Okay? Dude, what is wrong with my markers? So, let's say they actually learn and use memory techniques the first time. They don't have to have this crazy drop-off. They could have much less drop-off, right? And then what drops off that they forget is just the stuff that wasn't important, just the most high leverage information, okay? So not using the memory techniques means you lose what? 80 grand in training when it could just exist in their brain and you don't have to spend more money. That's what I mean when memory makes money, okay? What if your employees remembered your fundamental cultural principles day in, day out? There you go. Memory can be improved. The next thing we're going to talk about in this playlist that I'm making for you guys is what is speed reading? So I'll break that down. That'll be a fast video.